Hare Krishna. So happy to see all of you once again, even after the torture of yesterday. How many of you were present yesterday? I mean, how many of you were tortured yesterday? No one was present. Okay, how many of you were present yesterday? Okay. You made a mistake by raising your hand because now I'm going to ask question. That what did we learn yesterday? So some of you can just say in one line, not that you start giving a lecture, that is my duty today. So you can tell me what you liked. Don't tell me the story, okay, this happened and that happened, Parikshit Maharaj asked question and this, that. Just what is one point that you liked and you remember, or your phone remembers.
You just referring to for the bona fide teacher, he asked question to Narad Muni.
Yes.
Which you mentioned that you should always ask from a bona fide teacher.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, we should always be sticking to parampara. Yes.
I just like the fact that Narada Muni really instigates, like giving a little bit of information, and then the Krishna gets more curious to know the more pastimes of the Lord.
Very nice, yes. Increasing the curiosity. Yes.
Krishna teaches to tolerate silk and milk, so not just to tolerate the bad things, but also to tolerate the good things,
Very nice. We have to tolerate happiness and miseries, both. Yes, Mataji?
You mentioned the renewal education that means to bring from within and practicing based on knowledge.
And where is this word education coming from? Yeah, a Latin word called educare means to bring out. Very nice. Yes, Prabhu.
Attitude of gratitude is devotion.
Attitude of gratitude is devotion. Thank you.
I just spoke how just by seeing a devotee you get purified, and how by seeing Prabhupada people became devotees.
Ah, yes.
That's the
Hey Baro Karuna Karo Vaishnava Gosai. Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu, you mentioned how when we practice spirituality, it brings about feelings of real love. We learn about what it means to practice real love and experience fearlessness, peace, and
Thank you. Yes.
And about not important to learn from the people who are more famous about the religion, but learn from the partners personally, from that authority, individually.
Yes, if you really want success, if you really want purity, if you really want Krishna, then go to authorized people, because Krishna says that vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. This sound can be reduced a bit. It's too loud. Just a bit, not... Anyone else wanted? Yes, Prabhu.
You mentioned about devotee power, you preached in South Africa.
Sorry?
So you said someone went to preach in South Africa. Was it power? Someone who took the courage to preach in South Africa?
Somebody preached in... This is too low. Somebody was preaching in South Africa.
Maybe yesterday or something.
Oh, I don't think so. Yesterday I mentioned.
We should be courageous to preach.
Oh, yes, we should be courageous to preach. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes. The sound is okay, Prabhu, I think now. Thank you. Anyone else wanted to... somebody? Yes, Pranavandu Prabhu.
Can you just repeat that? You said, Jina Yaha, Marna Yaha. I missed the last thing.
I don't know why he remembered of all the things. Of so many things. 1.5 hour lecture. And Pranavandu Prabhu remembers Jina Yaha, Marna Yaha. Iske siva jana kaha. Iske siva jana kaha. That's an old song, Prahlad Prabhu, you should know it. Well, at least you should know it. Okay, very nice, you brought it out. It is Jeena yaha, marna yaha, iske siva jana kaha. Means we are going to live here, Jeena yaha, we are going to die here, marna yaha, iske siva jana kaha. Where else we will go from here? So people think that this material world or this place, this is the only place, they have no information of spiritual world. So that is why they say Jeena yaha, marna yaha. But for devotees who have the information, so what do they say? Seva yaha, bhakti yaha, iske dwara jana maha. So that's what they say, right? Okay. Sorry, one or two. Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna is not impartial to anyone because we see through our material eyes.
Right, so he seems to be partial, but he's not. Yes, Prabhu. If I go, then I'll go. Always remember that. Thank you. You wanted to say something?
I wasn't here yesterday, but I had two questions for you.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it in the last question answer session. Thank you. Yes?
You mentioned that Krishna is beyond I and mine, and if we really need to appreciate Krishna, we need to give up our enemies.
Yes, Krishna is beyond I and mine because for Krishna everyone is equal and he doesn't have a material body. Material body means attachment and envy. But Krishna doesn't have material body. Okay, last comment. Yes.
That's okay, but Bhakti will Bhavana the worship.
Worshipping Nrsimhadev? Okay, yes. So it removes all the opposing feelings to bhakti. Thank you. Yes, you were last. Oh, that's what, huh? She copied already. Okay, okay. Yes. You can achieve Krishna through lust, envy, fear. And who was the example of fear? Oh, good. You were saying, the one who stays next door to me. Kansa, okay. Yes, so we are discussing Lord Narsingha's pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7. And I explained that Canto 7 has 15 chapters. First 10 chapters speaks of pure devotional service. And last 5 chapters speaks of mixed devotional service. And what we are discussing is pure devotional service, which is displayed through the example of Prahlad Maharaj. So much so that Lord Narsingha appeared just for Prahlad Maharaj. So that's the power of devotion, that it attracts Krishna, or Krishna is forced, bound by the love. Otherwise Krishna is Swarat. Swarat means he's completely independent. No one can bind him. He doesn't come here forced by the reactions of karma. We take birth we are forced. Right? Wherever we take birth, whether in India, whether in Britain, whether in London, whether in America, whether in Germany, wherever we are taking birth, we are forced to take birth due to our previous karmic reaction. But Krishna is not like that. He decides to come. He chooses his parents. How many of you did that? Before taking birth, you said, okay, I will be born in a city called London and my parents will be so and so. Did you choose, any of you? Did you choose the place, parents, birth, anything? Or were you given a form before taking birth? 3 choices. How do you want your father? Millionaire, multimillionaire, or a roadpati? and then you said multimillionaire or something. Did you get a chance? Krishna is not forced by the karmic reactions. He is Swarat. But he still comes here bound by the love of his devotees. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham dehamastitaha bhajate tadrishim krida ya shrutva tatparo bhavet. He comes here for what? Anugrahaya bhaktanam, to shower his mercy on the devotees. Manusham dehamastitaha, he takes an ordinary human form. Actually, many times we say that Krishna has taken human form. Isn't it? You've heard this? It is not correct. Krishna does not take human forms. Humans have taken Krishna's form. That's one more rarity of human life. Yesterday I told you one speciality or importance of rarity of human life. Anyone remembers? Yes. Very nice. We can capture Krishna in our heart, right? And so this form, human form, is the form which Krishna has in Golok Vrindavan, two-armed form, his original form. So don't think that he has taken human form. He comes in his original form and humans have his form. So we are very fortunate that we have got his form. And we all know this. In Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna requested Krishna, oh, I want to see the universal form. So Krishna showed universal form and Arjuna was really disturbed, fearful of seeing that. And he said, please remove it, please remove it. So then Krishna came into four-armed form and then into two-armed form, and he says, this is my original form, which you are seeing now. Because that's how he stays in Golok Vrindavan. So, Krishna is not forced, but we are all forced. So anyway, we'll continue on the story of Narshimha Dev. We heard yesterday that Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, and in answer to that, Shukadev Goswami narrated a history, the discussion between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narad Muni. Yudhishthir Maharaj, seeing how Shishupal got liberation, even though he was so envious. So he asked a question, how is it possible? So to answer that, Narad Muni is telling us the pastime of or appearance of Lord Narsimha Dev. So then he spoke and then Yudhishthira inquired more, and now we will begin the story. So Hiranyakashipu, we have heard yesterday that Jai Vijay, they were cursed and they took 3 birds. Yesterday we narrated 3 birds. Anyone remember which are the 3 birds of Jai and Vijay? One person can tell me all the 3. Anyone? Yes. Yes, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. I'm asking 3. You stopped at 1. What happened? Ravana and Kumbhakaran, very nice. You can say it loudly. Shishupal and Dantavakra. So now, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So what happened was that Lord Varahadev appeared and he killed Hiranyaksha. So when Hiranyaksha was killed, his brother Hiranyakashipu was very angry. Because obviously my brother is killed, and he was very powerful. That is why Lord had to appear as Varahadev to kill him. So he was killed and he was really disturbed. And he said, although Vishnu is equal to everyone, Hiranyakashipu is saying this. Although Vishnu is equal to everyone, but now he has taken sides. He is contradicting himself. Right? Although Vishnu is him equal. When he is equal, why will he take the sides? But he said, no, he is equal, but he has taken sides. So I will cut off Vishnu's head. Actually, many times people think that Lord can be partial, but Lord is not. Like a government, or like when you go to a court, judge rewards someone something, or some punishes someone. So judge is not partial. He is acting based on the activity or the crime the person has performed. Similarly, Lord is like that. He is not partial, but He gives us the reaction of our activities. And that is why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yathamam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. Whoever comes to me with a certain mood, I reciprocate accordingly. If you want me to be your master, I become your master. If you want me to be your friend, I become your friend. If you want me to be your enemy, I become your enemy. So He is equal to everyone. Ye yathamam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. But here He is saying, although He is equal, and then He says, He has a childish mentality. Hiranyakashipu is saying, why childish mentality? The child has a restless mind, and he can be induced by some simple thing. Like, if a small child is crying, what do? You give him something to eat, you give some toy, or on that he is okay, fine. He keeps quiet. So he's saying he's like that. These demigods have given him something, and he's siding them. I'm going to kill him. And then he says, actually, see, if you see, Hiranyakashipu had lot of knowledge. This section where Hiranyakashipu starts speaking the philosophy given in Bhagavad Gita about the soul, there in Srimad Bhagavatam it is written Shri Hiranyakashipu Ruvacha. And I was surprised to see Shri Hiranyakashipu. I mean, you don't address demons with such respect, right? And that too in Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam says Shri Hiranyakashipu Ruvacha, means Shri Hiranyakashipu said. And I was wondering, why so much of respect to Hiranyakashipu? And then I realized, because what he's speaking is a great knowledge, is a knowledge given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita about the soul. So Hiranyakashipu had the knowledge, but why still he was a demon? His conclusion was not correct. So just having knowledge is not enough. You should have the correct conclusion of the knowledge. So what was his conclusion after the knowledge? I'm going to kill Vishnu. Vishnu is partial. And then he says Vishnu is actually the root of all the pious activities happening on this planet Earth. I will cut off the root. And then he says, I will stop all the sacrifices. I will stop all charity work. I will not allow anyone to worship anyone. If they want to worship, they should worship me. I will be God. So he said, stop all sacrifices, stop all austerity, stop all Vedic rituals. See, these are the things which actually nourishes not just the person but the whole society. When the society stops austerity, Vedic rituals, regulative principles, when they stop doing this, there is chaos in the society. So it is not that we should perform austerity, we should perform regulative principles, we should follow the Vedic rituals, or we should have the Vedic study and charity, etc., just because for me. But when we do it, it benefits the entire society. That is why people want to help others. And they say that sometimes when you go to some people and say, come on, please help the temple, they said, my God is in poor people. I'm going to help poor people. That's all. I don't believe in God. So many times people think that helping the poor or helping one section of the society is the best thing. But devotees think that why help only one section? Why only poor? We want to help everyone, every section of the society. So what is the real beneficial welfare work? We feel the welfare work is to feed poor. We feel the welfare work is to give some charity to the poor, which is good. But the best welfare activity is to bring people to the lotus feet of Krishna. How and why? Just because I'm a devotee, am I saying like that? That okay, I'm a devotee and I want everyone to become a devotee? No, a simple example. A child is crying on the street. You go there and you give him some food, child will stop crying. But for how long? Only for some time. Then you go and give him some clothing. Okay, you may be feeling cold, take it. Child may stop crying, but only for some time. So the best thing is, take the child, find out who's the father and bring him to the father. Once you bring him to the father, he will get food, he will get clothing, and he will get what he's crying for, the love. And that is what we, as International Society for Krishna Consciousness, under the instructions and direction of Srila Prabhupada, we are trying to do that. We are trying to bring every living entity to the real Father, Krishna. Once he reaches Krishna, he will get food, he will get clothing, he will get everything, but he will get one important thing which no one can give, and that is love. So, whenever these welfare activities, especially Vedic studies, following the regulative principles, your swadharma, when that all stops, then there is problems in the society. So that is why we should see to it that these things should go on. And that is why there is a dire need of societies like International Society for Krishna Consciousness. For entire universe, I should say it is necessary. Why am I saying entire universe? Is it too much to say like that? Because even the demigods, they feel very happy seeing the devotees. They are praying. In Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, the demigods are praying to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, if you are giving us another birth, please give us birth in Kali Yuga, in Bharatvarsha, where we can just chant the holy name and go back home, back to Godhead." And it is said in the scriptures that when devotees raise their arms and chant the holy name, so when they raise their arms, the directions, those all directions get purified. So upper planets, all they get purified just by the devotees raising their arms and chanting the holy names. And when they are standing on the ground, so all the lower planetary systems also get purified. That is why I am saying that devotees are doing the best welfare work, not just for a country, not just for the planet Earth, but for the entire universe. And this thing, when it is not understood, then people engaged in all other activities. And that creates problem. And this is what Hiranyakashipu thought. Let me stop everything. And then there will be problem. Vishnu will not. He thought that Vishnu get powers by this, by sacrifice, by charity, by Vedic rituals. So let me stop. Vishnu will not have any power. I will kill him. There have been people all the time, every time, who want to kill God, right? I heard there was some philosopher, German philosopher, who wrote on the walls of the church, "God is dead." Huh? Nietzsche, what was something, yeah? Huh? Yeah, so he wrote on the walls of the church that God is dead. So after he died, people changed it. He had written it like, "God is dead," and below that he has written his name. So when he died, Then people changed it. Whatever it was his name. He is dead below God. So, so there have been people, even latest people, see, when you say we don't believe in God, God doesn't exist. The scientists are there who are saying like that. Recently there was one scientist, while dying also he said, God is not there. If God is not there, then save yourself. So like this, people have been there who want to kill. So here he said, I will kill Vishnu. And he started disrupting everything and started destroying. He did not allow anyone to perform sacrifice, no Vedic rituals, no charity, no worship. Only I will be worshipped. I am God. There are many people even today, everywhere, who believe that I am God. Why I cannot be God? They question like that. If you tell them, no, you cannot be God. Why I cannot be God? You cannot be God because I remember one place I was giving this lecture and I was giving to a particular community. Entire community believed that by good work we can become God. Entire community. And just imagine, I'm giving them a lecture and I told them very strongly and openly, you cannot become God. And everyone was disturbed. Because from their childhood they had heard this. Do good work, one day you will become God. And here is someone who is sitting and saying you can never become God. So after the lecture there were a lot of argument and one boy was, no, please tell me why I cannot become God. Give me a convincing, why I cannot become God. Because in our tradition, I went to his house, of course he was very respectful, so I went to his house and there was an altar. And on the altar there was a photo of an old man. So I thought maybe his grandfather or something, and let me tell him that, don't keep on the altar, if this is the altar, because that's what I could see there. So I asked him, who is this person? I was expecting the answer, my grandfather or something like. He said, this person, one day he was sitting in the Surat station and he attained divinity. I was thinking Surat station is so powerful, huh? I go to Surat many times. So he attained divinity sitting on the station. So, and that's how they had, that means he has become God. And that's why they had his photo there. And I was like, my God. So just imagine, I'm preaching to such people. And then he said, tell me why we can't become God. Then I told him, because God is not a post. That today someone else is there and tomorrow you can become. It's not a post. God is a person. If there is a post, say Prime Minister is a post, President is a post, you can become Prime Minister, you can become President one day. Anyone can become. Because that is a post. But God is not a post. He is a person. It's Krishna. How can you become a person? So people want to be God. And such demoniac mentalities have been there from time immemorial. Even Krishna was present that time also. There was one fake Vasudeva who called himself original Vasudeva. Right? And he even had 2 extra arms. Pondrak, his name was. So he wanted to prove that I am real God. He came to challenge Krishna. Can you believe it? Such audacity, First of all, you're claiming to be God, and then you're coming and challenging Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, that you are not the original Vasudeva, I am original Vasudeva. So anyway, these things have been going on. So Hiranyakashipu, he was trying to pacify his relatives, Hiranyak's family, and he gave all this information that we are souls and we never die. It is like they come together for some time and then we are separated. All this philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, he said. But then he could not understand that he should surrender. So now Hiranyakashipu wanted to be most powerful personality or unconquerable in this world. So he thought, let me perform austerity. Severe austerities. He wanted yogic perfection. He wanted deathlessness. He wanted to be the only king. He didn't want the old age. So he went to perform austerity. Now you see, demons also perform austerity and devotees also perform austerity. What is the difference between the devotee performing austerity and demon performing austerity? The purpose. So it is the purpose of austerity that can make you demon or a demigod or a devotee. So what was the purpose of the Hiranyakashipu? I want to be unconquerable. I want to win over death. I want to be the most powerful king. No one should be able to kill me. So austerity, even in devotional life, austerity is necessary. But what austerity do we perform? We perform austerity only as much as has been informed to us by our acharyas. There are a lot of things given in the Shastras. We don't go for performing all the austerities. We perform what has been told to us. Following 4 regulative principles, chanting the holy name, whatever has been told to us, we are just doing that. And that is enough to develop love for Krishna. The purpose is develop love for Krishna. We don't want to become the most powerful personality. We don't want to... Yes, we are also trying to win over death. Hiranyakashipu also was trying to that. But he was trying in a wrong way. So anyway, he performed severe austerities and all the demigods approached Brahma that please do something. He is doing such severe austerity. He'll create trouble. He wants your post. They were telling Brahma, he wants your post. So be very careful. So Brahma went. Brahma had to do. See, this is the problem with demigods. They are forced to give the result if somebody has performed austerity, which is not with Krishna. I'll give you an example. Suppose a child goes to a shop and gives some money. The shopkeeper will give whatever he's asking for. But the same child goes to the father and says, okay, I want this. Father will see whether it is good for him or no. If it is not good, father will refuse. So demigods are like that. If you have performed austerity, they will give you the result. But Krishna is like father. If you ask something which is not good for you, he will not give you. And that is why sometimes people are afraid of coming to Krishna. They say, no, that particular demigod is better. We go to him, we ask him, he gives us everything. And I have been asking Krishna for so long, he is not giving us. Be happy if Krishna is not giving you what you are asking. That means it is not good for you. Krishna knows. He is like a loving father. So then, Hiranyakashipu performed austerity and severe austerities, and demigods said, please, he wants your post. But Brahma went, he had to. So Brahma spoke to Hiranyakashipu, okay, what do you want? Hiranyakashipu said only one thing. What? I don't want to die. Brahma said, even I have to die. So how can I give you that benediction? You see, we should be knowing this, that even Brahma, although he has a very, compared to us, he lives for millions of years, but still he has to die. He is not eternal. So he cannot give that benediction. So Brahma said, I'm sorry, even I cannot tell you, I'm also going to die. So then he thought, okay, let me use my intelligence. And he said, okay, I should not die. Okay, anyway, you say I'll have to die. Okay, I should not die during the day, not during the night, not inside, not outside, not by a human, not by an animal, not all. Should not die, should not die, should not die. Still he died later, that is different. But he tried everything, whatever he could think of. And Brahmaji said, Tathastu. Okay, fine. So look at Brahmaji, he keeps doing this. That is why when Lord came, as Narsimha Dev, when he came, he was very angry. And in that anger, he looked at Brahmaji. Brahmaji, what do you keep doing? I have told you earlier also, don't do this. You just say yes, Tathastu, and I have to do such makeup for you. Narsingadev, right? So be very careful. So, but Brahmaji just gave it, okay, yeah, tathastu. So then Hiranyakashipu became very powerful with this austerity. And now his austerity was for enjoyment. So as soon as he got the power, he went straight to Indra and dethroned him, threw him out and took over everywhere. So he became so powerful, the demigods had to run. They had no place where to go. He was controlling everyone. And very, very powerful, Hiranyakashipu. And he had a son called Prahlad. So now Yudhishthir Maharaj asked this question, that how is it that he was envious to his own son? Actually, when all these demigods were distressed, so they all went to the Lord. You know, we have seen it in scriptures many places. When they have problem, they'll approach Lord. Otherwise, they'll think we are very great. So they approached Lord and they said, please do something. Hiranyakashipu has become powerful. We have nothing. We have no place to stay. Please do something. Lord said, I will kill him, but not now. Why not now? He said, Lord says, when one is envious of Vedas, of cows, of Brahmanas, of Vaishnavas, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then civilization will be vanquished. So I am waiting for him. He will, in future, he will commit an offense to my devotee. Then he will torture Prahlad. When he will commit Vaishnava Prad, I will come and kill him. So you see, if you commit an offense towards a devotee, all benediction given by the demigods become nil. Hiranyakashipu had all the benediction, but when he tortured Prahlad, committed an offense, all his benediction became nil. So then, he had earned lot of things, but like, you know, when you have pious activities, results of pious activities, that also cannot protect you if you offend a devotee of the Lord. Generally, what are the results of pious activities? People get good bodies, people get a lot of money, they become influential. All these things are results of pious activities. So you perform some pious activity, you can achieve this. But bhakti, devotion, you don't get by karma. Please understand. Not that we have become devotee because of our karma. By the karma, by regular karmas which you do, you get good and bad situations in this world. But bhakti comes by the mercy of devotees. So Hiranyakashipu became very powerful, and Krishna said, Lord said, okay, I will come. So Hiranyakashipu had 4 sons. Samlad, Anulad, Ahlad and Prahlad. 4 sons. So Prahlad had 3 more brothers. And out of them, Narad Muni says Prahlad was the best. Narad Muni gives lot of qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. But the major first quality which he says, main quality, is Vasudeve Bhagavati Yasya Sarga Kirati. He says Prahlad had natural affection towards Lord Krishna. So Prahlad was not a devotee of Narsingadev. We have all this thing, okay, whenever Prahlad is Narsingadev's devotee. Prahlad was a devotee of Lord Krishna. Very clearly Narad Muni has said, Vasudeve Bhagavati Yasya Naisargaki Rati. His natural, Naisargaki means natural affection was for Vasudeva, Krishna. So Prahlad is a devotee of Krishna. And Krishna appeared as Narsingadev. That is why, if you remember, yesterday I told 3 forms as per Rupa Goswami are called Para Avastha, or most prominent forms of Krishna. Which are the 3? Ram, Krishna and Narsimha. So he was devotee of Vasudeva, Krishna. Right? So many times we feel that if he was a devotee of Krishna, why did he say Vishnu? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Right? That is what told by Prahlad Maharaj. He should have said Shravanam Kirtanam Krishna. So why is he saying Vishnu? We are devotees of Krishna. We are not devotees of Vishnu. So we will not say Vishnu. No, Prahlad said Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu means wherever Krishna is addressed as all-pervading, he is called Vishnu. Vishnu means Sarva Vyapnoti iti Vishnu. Who is everywhere, he is called Vishnu. And Krishna is everywhere. And Prahlad is going to prove that to his father. He is everywhere, even in the pillar. So that is why he addresses him as Vishnu. So many places Lord Krishna is addressed as Vishnu. In Padma Puran, where there is glorification of Radha Kund, there it is said, Yasya Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha. That is Yasya Radha Priya Vishnu. Radha is not Priya to Vishnu, but there Vishnu means Krishna. So, Prahlad Maharaj was devotee of, and many other qualities. See, once you have this one quality that you are a devotee of Krishna, then all other qualities follow. And then lot of qualities are given of Prahlad. Brahmanya Shaila Sampanno Satya Sandho Jitendriyaha. Lot of qualities. Brahmanya means he was always established in the truth. Jitendriyaha, he had full control over his senses. Shila, he was very sober, very humble. Even when his father was torturing him, trying to kill him, when he used to go to his father, he used to pay Dandavat Pranam to his father, Hiranyakashipu. That was Prahlad Maharaj. And he was kind to everyone. He was the best friend of everyone. See, when you have Krishna in your heart, you become kind to everyone. You become compassionate. Real compassion comes when you have Krishna in your heart. Srila Prabhupada, when he came to the West, he had Krishna in his heart. And look at his compassion. He tolerated everything, every situation. Being a 70-year-old person, he tolerated everything. Why? He wanted to give Krishna. That's real compassion. So he was friend to everyone. You become friend to everyone because you feel everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. So why should I hate this person? And in devotion, you realize hatred, enviousness. These are all obstacles for my progress towards Krishna. Krishna doesn't like it, so you give it up. And that is why you become friend to everyone. So he was friend to everyone. He didn't have any pride in him. He was not thinking, look at me, I'm just 5-year-old. And look at this, my father who has performed austerity for 36,000 years. And I'm defeating him. He's not able to do anything to me. Not at all. He was so humble. He didn't have any pride in him. Although he was protected by the Lord, but he didn't have that pride. Prahlad, when Narsingadev appeared, nobody was ready to go towards him, and everybody told Prahlad, and Prahlad went. Just out of humility, he told, I'm not qualified, these people have told me, so I have come to you. But just see Prahlad, how powerful he was, that because of him, Lord appeared. He could not tolerate Prahlad being tortured. But he had no pride. He was never envious, and he didn't have interest in fruitive activities. He was always remembering Krishna. And from childhood, it is said that he had no interest in playing. For him, a word is used in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Graha Grahita Atma. He was captured by a planet called Krishna. I don't know how many of you know about this, that people have a lot of problem with the planetary positions, isn't it? Shani ki dasha and Rahu ki dasha. Have you heard of this? No? It doesn't work in London? Huh? Different time. So people are very much afraid, especially with Shani Graha, right? If you have Shani ki Dasha, they call it? Sade Sati, yeah, Sade Sati, thank you. Sade Sati, and that's very much afraid of Shani ki. So if that means you're captured by that planet, Shani ki Dasha. Prahlad Maharaj was captured by a planet called Krishna. So he always, not Sade Sati, not for 7.5 years, throughout his life, he had this Dasha. By the way, when we went to Ahobilam, there are 9 forms of the Lord there called Narshimha. And each form is the controlling deity of each one planet. So it is said that there are 9 forms. You have problem with Rahu, go and worship Narsimhadev, this particular form. You have problem with Shani, go and worship the Narsimhadev. Basically worship Narsimhadev. All, what to talk of Dasha, even the planets will go away. So don't worry about it. So he is called Krishna Graha Grahitatma, always absorbed in Krishna. He didn't know the bodily necessities. It is said that Prahlad Maharaj, sometime he started crying, thinking about Krishna. Sometime he used to laugh. He didn't know what's happening. And such Prahlad Maharaj was sent to a school, Shand and Amarak. And he was told that go and teach him our philosophy. Hiranyakashipu said, go and teach. So they started teaching, but Prahlad was not at all interested. So after some time, when he had been to the school, one day he came to meet his father. He paid obeisances, full dandavats to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so happy, lovingly took him into the lap, made him sit and said, my dear child, please tell me what have you learned? And you can imagine. So he said, what have you learned? Please tell me. And Prahlad says, Tat sadhu manye asurvarya dehina sada samudvegna dhyana satgrahan hitvatmapatam grahamandhakupam vanam gatoyat harimashrayeta. Prahlad says, first of all, he is addressing his father as Asurvarya, O greatest of the demon. Just imagine one day your child comes and addresses you like this. O greatest of the demons. Asurvarya. He said, oh greatest of the demons. Tat sadhu manye. You've asked me what have I learned. Okay, let me tell you. Tat sadhu manye asurvarya dehinam. Whoever has taken this body, Sada samudvigna dhyana satgrahan, because he is attached to impermanent thing, non-permanent things. That is why always in anxiety. Sada samudvigna dhyan asatgrahan. So my advice is, he is saying, 5-year-old child is giving advice to his father who has performed austerity for 36,000 years to become powerful. See, we see here, on one side, there is austerity of 36,000 years, and the other side, there is devotion of 5 years. Prahlad was just 5-year-old. And 36,000 years of austerity was defeated just by 5 years of devotion to Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj says, gives him an advice, Tat sadhu manya survarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyana sadgrahan hitvatmapatam grahamandhakupam. He says, you are in a dark well of family life. 5-year-old child. You are in a dark well of family life. Grahamandhakupam vanam gato yad harimashrayeta. Go to the forest and take shelter of Lord Hari. You can imagine Hiranyakashipu who was killed. As per him, I have killed Vishnu. And here is his son who's saying, go and take shelter of Lord Hari. Hiranyakashipu started laughing. Although he was very angry, but he started laughing. He said, somebody has taught wrong things to my child. He said, go back, learn proper things. And he told Shand and Amrak, the teachers, be careful. I think there is some enemy there who's teaching wrong things. Wrong things, huh? Although Prahlad was teaching the right thing. He said, who's teaching wrong thing to my child? So be very careful. So they said, don't worry, we'll take everything. So then they took him and started teaching him. You see, demigods are our enemies and all the demons are our friend. So Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear sir, this is Maya. Illusion creates friends and enemies. Who is our enemy? Who is our friend? It is all illusion. And they said, who is teaching you, Prahlad, all these things? From where you are here in our school, we have not taught you. How do you learn all these things? And why do you always speak of Hari? Why do you always speak of Lord? We are not teaching you. Please stop it. You know, not only that he was speaking, he was teaching others. Prabhupada says very nicely in one of the lecture that when there used to be break in the school, like we have lunch break or whatever, he'll call all the friends, come. He said, no, come Prahlad, we'll play. He said, no, we are not playing, sit down. And then he'll make them sit down and he'll tell them, you should worship Hari. That is the purpose of life. So they said, where do you learn all this from? And why are you always speaking of Hari? Prahlad said that as iron is attracted to the magnet, my heart is attracted to Krishna. I have no power on it. It is not that I am deliberately doing it. That okay, I am speaking about Krishna, I am speaking about Hari. I have no power, I have no control on my mind. It is so attracted to Krishna that it just comes. This is pure devotee. Suppose if you offer a pure devotee of the Lord, that I am giving you, I will give you maybe 100 million pounds. Is it less amount here? Good amount? Okay. I don't know how many zeros comes in that, but anyways. I'll give you 100 million pounds. Only for few seconds, forget Krishna. What should a pure devotee do? Is a good amount right, you said? Well, you can make temples, you can buy properties and so many things and preaching. 100 million pounds. Few seconds or few minutes, forget about Krishna. Don't remember Krishna. Should he take this offer or reject it? Reject it. You ask our fundraising team. They will tell you. Yes, he will not take it. Why? Because it's not possible for him to forget Krishna. What can he do? Even if you give him 100 million pounds, he cannot. That is his position. That was Prahlad Maharaj. He said, I cannot. I'm attracted to Krishna. So what can I do? So they tried their best, but so again he was brought to Hiranyakashipu. That, we have tried him everything, and they were very angry at him actually. They're saying, you're like a throne in our family, or like our family is like trees of sandalwood, and you're like a serpent in that, snake. But anyway, so again he was brought after a long time, and Hiranyakashipu was expecting that now my child will speak like a proper person, proper demon. So he again asked him, okay, so what have you learned? And Prahlad Maharaj says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischena Valakshana. So he's saying, my dear father, you are asking me what is the best thing? Okay, listen, do all these things. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, etc. Shravanam, Smaranam. They are the nine methods by which you can perform bhakti, 9 angas, and you should perform bhakti. You can imagine Hiranyakashipu was so angry after hearing this. And he got very, very angry. But Prahlad told him, don't worry. Matirna Krishna. Prahlad's teachings are so nice. I mean, we can just have days and days of sessions only on Prahlad's teachings. Then Prahlad says, Matirna Krishna parato svatova mitho vipadyet graha vratanam adanta gobhir vishatam tamishram punah punascharvita charvananam. He says, Matirna Krishna parato svatova. Those who are too attached to sense gratification, to enjoyment, their intelligence, their mind cannot come to Krishna. Matirna Krishna. How? Parato svatova, by their own endeavor and by others' endeavor also. And you see, it happens, we go to so many people and we tell them, please come to temple, please do bhakti, and they never do it. We tell them to chant the holy name, they never chant. They refuse to chant. Matirna Krishna. You know that famous pastime in Lord Chaitanya's Leela? There was one devotee, who wanted the mayor, at that time Qazi or mayor of the city, to chant the holy name. And he said, I will not chant. So he was trying his best, but he was not chanting. So one day, 12 o'clock in the night, not day, the night, 12 o'clock in the night, he goes and knocks the door. And he comes, the mayor, he's sleeping, he comes, he says, what's it? Why are you not chanting the holy name? I said, what's this? 12 o'clock in the night you come to my house and you're asking why I'm not chanting. I'll not chant. I'm not interested. No, why are you not interested? You should chant Hare Krishna. I said, I'll not chant. Why should I chant? It's my life. I don't want to chant. Why are you forcing me? No, you should chant Hare Krishna. I will not chant. Please chant Hare Krishna. I will not chant Hare Krishna. He said, thank you very much. Devotees are like that sometimes. So, it's very difficult, he says, Matirna Krishna parto svatova. Very difficult. So please understand, coming to the temple, performing bhakti, taking the holy name is very rare. Thousands and thousands of people, they hear, like we go on Harinam, people hear, they may make fun, they may not like it, they may call it as nuisance, air pollution or sound pollution or whatever they call it. They don't like it, right? Why? They are not ready yet to achieve. Krishna says it takes millions of lifetimes. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Very rare to come to Krishna. So, Prahlad said, Matirna Krishna parato satova. And he also said wonderful, Nate vidur swartha gatim hi Vishnum. That people do not know that their real interest is Krishna, the Lord. So then when he said all these things, and many other things, we are not going into the details of the teachings of Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu was very, very angry. He said, what's going on? I tried my best to teach him. I tried my best to make him a good person. But then someone has spoiled his life. And he's talking about devotion. In fact, it happens. And people who are too much into materialism, they can't accept that how a person can give up everything. I know a person who's very rich and he took up to devotional life. So he gave up eating, he gave up drinking, and he was very happily on his own. He gave up drinking, he gave up. People started asking him, what is the use of your money? You're not eating, you're not drinking. Then what is the use of earning? If you're earning, you should enjoy. Their enjoyment is only this. And our enjoyment, we enjoy so much, right? We also eat, we also drink. I know what you understood, right? What I'm saying. So, and we also dance. In fact, we enjoy so much that in the morning, 4:30, we start dancing. How many of you do that? Right? Tell me outside, go and ask them. We start dancing 4:30 in the morning. That's our ecstasy. So we start enjoying from morning until evening. Now at 9 o'clock we are going to have Aarti, we'll still enjoy, right? So, Prahlad, when he spoke all this, and he tried his best. See, this is devotee. Prahlad knew that Hiranyakashipu will not take it. He knew very well. But a devotee takes the risk. He tries his best to give the best of the things of devotion to everyone. Even people may throw stones. When Nityananda Prabhu, he went to preach to Jagai and Madhai, two famous or infamous people, he was hit on his forehead. He was bleeding. But Nityananda Prabhu still wanted Jagai and Madhai to become devotees. And we are followers of Nityananda Prabhu. So we take all the trouble. People sometimes criticize, sometimes make fun of us, sometimes even, I don't know, maybe throwing stones at us or whatever. But devotees, they know that what they are doing is the highest welfare activity. And they continue to do. Prahlad continued to preach that maybe one day he will change. So then he was very angry and he said, kill him. That's all. He ordered to kill his own son. He said, kill him. I don't want to see him now. Take him away and kill him. So now they tried killing Prahlad. Very nice description is given in Narshimha Puran that how they tried killing and how he was saved. Many things they tried. Trampled by the elephants and snakes and so many other things. So one day they thought, what we will do, we will tie a rock or a heavy stone in his neck and we'll throw him into the sea. Finished. So they went in the night and they saw Prahlad was sitting. He wasn't sleeping because Prahlad was meditating on Lord. And his meditation was so strong that he didn't know that they came. He was just thinking about Lord. See, meditation can be so strong. Our meditation is not so strong. We, while meditating, we look around, we have everything. Our meditation is... I'm just remembering an example of our meditation. One time, a young lady, she was going in the forest. She was walking very fast. And there was a yogi who was sitting there in meditation, Om Shanti, 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 whatever he was. So he was sitting in meditation and she didn't know, she didn't see him. And so while walking, she just bumped into him and then both of them fell down. She got up and she started walking. She didn't even bother to say sorry. And he was like taken back. What's this? Like, okay, you have done a mistake. At least, say sorry and ask me whether I got hurt or something. Nothing, she just walked. Anyway, he continued his meditation. In the evening, this lady was coming back. So he stopped her, hey, wait, come here. So she said, yes, what happened, sir? Tell me. He said, what do you mean, tell me? Morning you were going from here and you bumped onto me and I fell down and you didn't even bother to tell. He said, I don't remember. Now he was really angry. You have done something, now at least, acknowledge it and say sorry. She said, I don't remember. She said that when I was going in the morning, I was meditating, I was thinking about my lover whom I was going to meet. And I was in his thoughts, so I don't even know what happened. But then she asked, Yogi ji, what was your meditation? What was your meditation? That I was meditating on my lover and my meditation was so strong that I don't even remember that something like that happened. And you are meditating on the Lord, and what is your meditation? You should be stronger than mine. So you see, meditation sometime can happen. There's another story which is coming to my mind, that there was a Brahmana who was performing the yagyas and performing devotional service. He was staying in one house, and just next house was a prostitute staying there. So their windows were next to each other, so they could see in their house. So this Brahmana, while performing the activities, devotional activities, the yagyas, was always concerned what is happening there. So he was always looking on the window there. And this prostitute, she was, although a prostitute, but very nice lady at heart. And she was always looking across the window and, appreciating, look at him, how nice person, look at me, I'm such degraded, I'm doing all this sorts of nonsense, but look at him, he's always performing yagya, he's always performing devotional activities, such a nice person. So a time came when both of them died. So the prostitute went to the spiritual world, and Brahmana went to hell. Surprising, right? He was performing yagya and all those things, and she is a prostitute. So how is it? Because his attention was always there. Oh, who has come? What is she doing? So although he is externally performing, but his mind was absorbed in there. And although externally she was performing a wrong activity, but her mind was always here, appreciating Brahmana, thinking about the Lord. So meditation doesn't mean that you just sit. It means that you should always think about Krishna. Even while working, you can meditate on Lord. You don't have to sit separately. Nowadays people say that, okay, meditation, come for meditation, make your mind blank. Why should you make it blank? Krishna has given it so nicely. Why you make blank? And can you make it blank actually? For millions of lifetime you were not able to do that. What will you do now? So they said, okay, sit and think on nothing. I was thinking, how can you think on nothing? You need something to think on, right? Okay, I'll tell you now try it out. I'm telling you, close your eyes and think on nothing. You will think that, what is that nothing? You can't think on nothing, right? Nowadays the meditation is sit down, think on nothing, make your mind blank, and then you will be happy. How can you be happy with a blank mind? Simple thing, right? So meditation can be performed even while working. Wherever you are, just think about Krishna. Like you come in the morning, you come to temple, take darshan of Radha Gokulananda and Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, and throughout the day keep thinking. What color dress were they wearing? Was it a turban or what color turban he had, Krishna? Was he holding a flute of silver or gold? What kind of flowers were there? The garlands, the other things, whatever the decoration. So we can keep thinking about it, right? What color dress was he wearing today? Okay, very nice. Achha, that's why you remember it was a Janmashtami dress. So meditation can be done like that. So Prahlad was meditating on the Lord. He was sitting. They thought, okay, let's take. So they lifted him. Prahlad didn't know anything. They took him to the they took him to a cliff, and then they had a stone. Prahlad didn't know anything. They threw him in the water. Prahlad didn't know anything. He went down in the waters. So when Prahlad went down in the sea, the presiding deity, demigod of the sea, he thought, oh, he's such a great devotee. How can he drown? So with the waves, he threw him out. So he came out on the sea beach. Prahlad didn't know anything till that time. And then the demigod, personified of sea, he came in front. He paid obeisances, and then Prahlad's meditation broke. And Prahlad asked him, oh, why have you come to my house? He said, Prahlad, I have not come to your house, you have come to my house. And then Prahlad looked around, oh, where am I? That was his meditation. Can you believe it? So Prahlad was like that. So he ordered that kill him, and every time they tried killing him, Prahlad was saved. How was he saved? Like when he was given poison. So that poison did nothing. Why? Because poison is brother of Lakshmi Devi. You get it? No? How? Yes, very nice. Churning of the ocean. The poison also came and Lakshmi also came. Both came from churning of the ocean. So they are brothers and sisters. So she told Lakshmi, shh, apna admi hai. Something like that, whatever he must have said, right? It's our person, don't do anything. Right, in India this is a tradition, you know, some influential person, hey, apna admi hai, kuch karna nahi usko. Theek hai. So they don't do anything to him. So then when he was thrown in snakes, so then Anantadev, who's the master of all the snakes, so he told all the snakes, shh, apna admi hai, kuch nahi karna. So all the snakes couldn't do anything. In fact, in Narshimha Puran it is mentioned that when snakes came to bite Prahlad, all their teeth were broken. Although Prahlad's body is very soft, but then when they tried, their teeth were broken. And they all went back and they said, oh, I'm sorry, we cannot do anything to him. So, sorry. So like this they tried killing Prahlad and they couldn't. And then the final thing of, final scene, Lord Nrsimhadev appearing, we'll be discussing about it tomorrow on the auspicious occasion of Narsimha Chaturdashi. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.